Welcome back to Sussex EVs. I'm David Harvey, and today we have a chance to drive and discuss the Fisker Ocean. On Monday the 17th of June, Fisker filed for bankruptcy protection in the USA. We talked to Martin Miller from EV Experts about what could be a rare opportunity to buy a new car at a discount price, providing you are aware of the risk.
David, lots to talk about Fisker. There's a lot of chatter online about it. Fisker are a pioneer. They are designed by Henrik Fisker, who has one of those CVs for car designs, BMW Z8, Aston Martin DB9. He's designed some lovely cars, and I think we both agree that these are a cracking design. However, being a pioneer is the challenge, and currently Fisker are in a financial challenge, and their direct-to-consumer model, they are pausing. They have invited us to cover the southern area of the UK. We are agents selling brand new Fiskers. The financial challenge that Fisker are in has meant that there is an opportunity to buy a Fisker at a substantially discounted price for a new vehicle. It is something to go in eyes wide open. To the right customer, we're finding that they are really very, very appealing.
Courtesy of EV Experts, I've been allowed a quick drive in the Fisker Ocean Extreme, which is the top model, I think. 113 kilowatt hours in the battery of usable capacity, so it's got lots of range, allegedly 360 miles easily. First impressions, it's a really soft, well controlled, quiet kind of ride. I've not driven it yet on any potholed roads. I can see how this car would go down very well with someone looking to come from a Range Rover Evoque. From a consumer point of view, I'm going to sort of state the obvious, but a lot of people will be very worried about backup parts, etc.
The situation is that if you buy a Fisker, you sign your right to a warranty away, you sign your rights to continued parts access away. However, we strongly believe, and we're partnering with Cedar, that there will be a cottage industry to keep these cars going. There is an opportunity because a lot of the componentry has come off of other vehicles and come from tier 1 and tier 2 suppliers. We think there's going to be a lot of opportunities there. However, you have to go into a Fisker with your eyes wide open.
So from a UK consumer perspective, I'm taking it for granted you've got that whole side of it completely sewn up, so the customer goes into it knowing all the risks. They're knowing the shortfall. The discounts being given reflect the fact there is no kind of warranty backup, and a potential problem on spares may be.
The way to look at it is, if you look at, for example, we've got an iX3 or a Volkswagen ID4, similar sized products, nowhere near as powerful, nowhere near as big a battery. If you buy one of those cars retail, new, you're looking 50 to 60,000 pounds. On a typical lease or a typical purchase after 3 years, they're going to hold around between 40 to 50% of that value. So they're going to be worth somewhere around 30 to 40,000 pounds. You buy this Fisker for 37, new, in 3 years' time, will it be worth 7,000 pounds? 113 kilowatt usable battery is a lot more than 7,000 pounds. Now, that doesn't mean that the ownership experience is going to be the same with that than buying a mainstream vehicle. It's not. But the other thing is, wherever you park a Fisker, you're never short of people to talk to, and EV enthusiasts absolutely love them.
What I particularly like is the regenerative braking. It's there are 3 settings, and it's on the strongest setting, which is my very strong personal preference. When you take the foot off the accelerator, there is a very slight split-second delay, and then it comes in quite strongly. I'm sure that with software improvements, they could get rid of that very slight lag. That's just a personal preference, where I think with people that drive electric cars and they're used to regenerative braking, they're used to a lot of throttle response as soon as they touch the throttle, and with this, I'm also expecting the regenerative braking to come on equally quickly as the accelerator moves the car forward. So Be good to get rid of that little half a second delay, I reckon. I suppose there is the potential appeal that in 10 or 20 years' time, it could be seen as quite a collectible vehicle, maybe a bit like the DeLorean. But in the short term, what sort of typical person, customer, would even entertain buying a Fisker today?
So we're seeing people who are financially risk-taking. Normally, it's not their first vehicle. And the reason being is that, they may have other vehicles in their garage. Let me give you an example of a customer. They've come in, they've said, I've got a day-to-day runner. I'm interested in spending around £50,000 on a German sports car. But I quite fancy one of these instead, because the German sports car will also lose a lot of money. This is a lot more powerful than said German sports car. Now, whether it's more fun, no. I think the point being is that it's for those that want to have something completely unique, something that's a real talking point.
It's a sort of car with a high riding position, which I wouldn't normally go for myself. For those that want a big SUV, this feels really, really top quality. The way the doors open and close, the quality of the fitment, no rattles and squeaks. Steering feels secure and precise. Very good feedback from the steering. Very good wind noise elimination. So, as with all electric cars, it's very easy, I think, to get a bit carried away with the speed, because your cell will insulated from all those normal markers you get for speed, such as wind noise, road noise. The only noise really is the air conditioning going. The feeling of good quality construction of the car, I think is immediately obvious to me, just looking at the quality of the components, the dashboard, the side bits. It all feels very reassuringly solid, and a little bit of what looks like very short Alcantara type material. Looks and feels very good. It's not overdone, it's not too blingy. I think some of the Chinese cars that I've seen recently, they've just gone a bit too far with all the blingy type materials and weird trimmings, but this is really pleasantly understated, I think, by comparison. So I think it ought to sell very well in the UK.
We are also finding that owners of Model S, as you well know, and Model X, some of the original owners of those, feel that this could be a really good upgrade to them, because they don't feel like they want to go into a 3 or a Y. They want something a bit different. Well, this is certainly a bit different.
Potentially a lot of car for the money if you are happy to take a chance. Next time we explore what kind of customer is right for this rare unicorn of a car, despite the company being in flux at the moment. Please like and subscribe and join us next time on Sussex EVs.